Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Zapier to connect Spotlightr and Circle, and more specifically, how you can use Zapier to automatically send a community invite to your leads that you generate inside of Spotlightr. So basically, you'll be able to add a form to your Spotlightr videos that would ask for name and email address to either collect leads or just simply to invite you to your community, however you want to word that form. And once the viewer submits that form with their email address, they'll get an invitation to join your Circle community automatically. And that all is done with Zapier. So here I am logged into Zapier already. If you've never used it before, basically what Zapier does is allows you to connect platforms together. So if they don't have native integrations with each other and you want them to work together to automate something or to do something, then you would use Zapier to do that. And there's thousands and thousands of use cases. So this is just one on how to use Spotlightr with Circle. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to click on Create and then Zaps. Now you can use their copilots, their AI tool. It works pretty well, but this is a pretty simple Zap. So I'll just do it manually here. I'm going to click on the trigger. So the first thing that you're gonna do when you set up a Zap is set up a trigger event. So the trigger event is going to be the Spotlightr leads submission or form submission. So I'm going to choose the Spotlightr app there. Okay, and just to show you just a quick overall of how this works. So basically, there's going to be two events. It's going to be a trigger event and then the action event. So the trigger event is going to be the Spotlightr form is submitted or the lead is collected, and then an action is going to be performed. That action is going to be an invitation to your Circle community. So I went ahead and chose the Circle app. The Spotlightr app, and I'm already logged into my Spotlightr account. When you first set this up, you'll just have to connect Zapier to Spotlightr. So this will just say connect or log in. You'll click the button here and then it'll ask you for your Spotlightr key, and that is found here in your application settings. So down here on the bottom left, click on settings and then go to integrations, and then you'll copy this key right here and then you'll enter that to connect Zapier to Spotlightr, and then it'll show something like this. So once you connect your account, you'll choose your trigger event. I'm going to choose new lead capture. Okay, and then click continue. Next step here is going to be, you can choose either a single video that to set this up with or an entire project. So if you choose a project, it'll use any video that's in that project. I'm just going to use a single video for this that I set up already previously for this demonstration. And that video has a title of Spotlightr lead to Circle invite. So I'm going to use this video only and click continue. Now it basically wants to test the trigger to make sure it's gathering the correct data for the trigger event. So I'm going to click test trigger, and it's going to use this information here. It's a record that was just created. Now it's using default information here. I'm going to leave, you can change this for your test, but I'll go ahead and change it something just to show you how this will work just for the test. So what you can do is just click edit, and I'm going to change the first name to John and the last name to Smith. And now I'm just going to use this modified record for this test. I'm going to click continue. Now I'm going to choose my action event. So here you're going to search for Circle. Again, I'm logged into my Circle account. If you need to connect Zapier to your Circle account, just go to Circle, and it is in developers, tokens, and then you'll click on create token and then choose Zapier here. Like I said, I've already done that. So here's my token here. You just copy it here. So once you do that, your account should show here, and then you're going to choose your action event. There's a lot of stuff you can do here, which you can experiment with. I'm just going to, for this demo, show you invite to invite member right there. Okay, click continue. So here you're going to configure the invitation. So we're going to map from the information gathered from the Spotlightr here. So we're going to use the email. So you'll select email there, and then for the name, this will be the name for the community, right? That's added to the community. So I'm going to do first name and then hit spacebar, and then last name. Just so there's a space between them. And then the community is going to be, I only have one community in Circle right now, so it's called Spotlightr, so I'll choose Spotlightr, and then click continue. And then it's going to test this step to make sure everything's looking good. So if you can see over in Circle here on my members, I'm going to audience. You can see I only have 2 people right now, the admin and one other member. And once I go to test this step, it's going to go ahead and send that invitation. So the email is going to be sent to the this email address right here, support@spotlightr.com. If you see this the data here, video and support, the reason why this isn't showing John Smith is at some point we've already used Circle with this email address. So when Zapier is sending a request to Circle for that invitation, their API is sending back this as the name and first name and last name of this email address for this profile. So if you see something weird like that, it's probably what's happening with you. Don't worry about it. Once your actual users and viewers and audience are using this, it'll work properly. If you scroll down here, you're going to see the community invitation should be correct. See the community member here, first name John, last name Smith. And if we go over to our audience, I'm going to refresh this. And there you see the new member added. Now this member is added. It's showing in the audience, but they're invited. They're not technically in the audience yet. So you'll see the invitation there. So the email address or the email that they get will need to be accepted before they're actually added as a full member of the community. Now what we can do is jump over to our Spotlightr account, and we can show you how that's set up in our actual video here. So here's the video I set up for this, and we're going to go ahead to overlays and annotations. Now I already have an overlay set up for this, but you basically would just click on overlay and then lead capture, and then you choose a template. I have the full screen template, so it's chosen. So let me just go back to the one I already have. And there's a variety of steps you need to take to complete this form. First is the timing. So I have this set up to show up at 1 second. The content set here to join our community, and some content under here. I have the name required. You don't need to do that if you want. If you can uncheck that, but I'm going to keep that. And then the other setting I have here is to pause the video when the fields are displayed. So let's save that and let's launch the video. Oh, before I do that, let me make sure that Zap is published. It's not. So make sure you publish it before you test it on your video. Okay, Zap is published. Let's go back to the video and click play. All right, now let's type in some test info here. Pete Smith at demo.com, and I'll click join. Now Pete should be getting that email with the invitation. If we go back to Circle, and I'll go ahead and refresh. And there you can see that one submitted right here, Pete Smith. Now, do keep in mind that when you're testing it, it might take a minute or two for this to show up. So if you don't see it right away, just wait a couple of minutes and then refresh it, and it should show here. And you should see here, Pete Smith invited, along with our first test, John Smith. Okay, so I hope that helps. If you have any questions setting that up or need any help with that, please get in touch with our support team. Have a nice day.